Hey, how's everybody doing out there in SWAC land? We're having a great time here on the Russell Athletics Fulton Sports SWAC television show. We're doing our thing. We're whittling down to the end of the season. And first things first, I just want to say to all you baseball fans out there, we finished up the baseball season with a bang. Yeah, right? Yankees, world champions, 27 championships. Don't hate. I just want to say to all you haters out there, yeah, Willie Hood Upholstery, the SWAC doctors over there booing. Hey, but that's okay. But guess what? All you people, yeah, Fulton, yeah, y'all know the deal. Get that money in here. Hey, we're kicking off the SWAC season. We're going to be finishing up the SWAC season. We got some big games coming up this week, and we're going to do the standings this week because keep in mind, there's only 2 weeks left. Some teams have 3 games, some teams have 2 games, but it's coming down to showtime. Either you show up or you got to go home. We're going to be talking about Southern athletic recruiting because some of these schools after this week, you can definitely contact us, and we got some great players up here in this area that we'll be looking forward to sending to your university. And we just want to say this. I want to say hello to my youth football team. We won again, Fulton Sports, and keep in mind, they're going to be here on the show. We keep forgetting the footage. Hey, you know something? They've been saying, hey, Fulton, when you going to show some footage? I got to put it on the SWAC doc. He's supposed to bring this footage in. We ain't got the footage yet, but we're going to bring the footage in. We just keep rolling along, and keep in mind, after we win everything, we're going to be right here on set. Fulton Sports youth football team just going wild. Hey, we're going to be talking about some great classics coming up. We got Capital City Classics going to be coming up in a couple weeks. We got some big games coming up, Alabama A&M, Prairie View, and we're going to have some great information on who's going to be playing on the SWAC championship. We're trying to level this thing out so we can try to figure out who's going to be playing in Birmingham, and rumor has it that some of the best teams in the Southwest Athletic Conference might want to go on to the Division I AA playoffs, so that might open up the door for a team that's never been to the SWAC championship. But hey, you with Dwayne Fulton here. We're having a great time, and I just want to tell all the SIDs out there and all the writers and all the fans, hey, we really appreciate you, and just keep supporting the show, and we're just going to keep bringing it to you, giving it to you the way you like it. So, and then also, don't forget the Fulton Sports calendar that's coming out. We're going to bring one of those in here and kind of show you and let you know where you can, get that thing out and everything. Say, hey, you with Dwayne Fulton. We're going to be coming back, show you some great commercials. Hey, come on back.
The Russell Athletic Fulton SWAC Report is brought to you by Russell Athletic, Nike, McDonald's, Air Force, Holiday Inn, the Montgomery Law Firm, Southwestern Athletic Conference, Southern Athletics Recruiting, and First Franklin Financial.
McDonald's Bacon and Cheese Angus 3rd Pounder. Before taking it on, one must study it first. Rushing in unprepared may prove overwhelming with all that juicy 100% Angus beef. There, you've found a point of entry. The bacon beckons like a springboard to paradise. One small bite for man, etc., etc. Angus axiom number 11. Bring on the bacon. The astonishing new Angus 3rd Pounders. All Angus, all McDonald's.
I'm Tabitha.
And I'm Majada.
And you're watching the Fulton Sports SWAC Show.
Ready? Yeah. Hey, this is Dwayne Fulton, the Fulton Sports SWAC Report. I just want to thank everybody for coming out to the Fulton Sports calendar shoot. I want everybody to make sure to get out to the barbershops and see these young ladies and pick up your 2010 Fulton Sports calendar. We had a great time. Y'all have a good time?
Had a great time.
We'll catch y'all next year. We out of here.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're here with Dwayne Fulton and the SWAC Dr. Marcus Dent Sr., ladies and gentlemen. How's everything going, man?
Everything's going pretty good. Right now, the East is like we've been talking about all year. It's kind of mad right now.
The East is weak. He says kind of mad. Yeah, we kind of mad too, but the teams in the West is definitely standing up. And you know something, hey, you lose now,
Yeah, and right now, you over in the West, we'll talk about it a little later on.
Right.
You have Prairie View that's standing strong in the East right now. The Kool-Aid a little weak. Yeah. So, right now you got 3 teams that's fighting for that thing. And, Jackson State right now is a front runner who behind last week. So it's changing every week. Right.
Right off the bat, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the first game of the week, and that was Jackson State's homecoming. They won homecoming, man, 19-7 over Alabama State.
19-7. This was the first time that Jackson State actually got out and put some points on the board early. They put 16 points on the board. The first quarter, they kind of sputtered through, but they was able to help the defense right there, play a lot better ball. And that's Jackson State MO all year long. They put the defense behind the 8 ball, and this week they jumped out early and was able to conceal the win.
And I don't know what happened in the second half. They couldn't put no points on the board. They only did 3 points the second half. I tell you what, they must have had a heck of a halftime show up there, because I know the people up there really got bored the second half. But guess what? They pulled out the win, and they're in first place. We're going to show the standings. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, one of the surprise teams of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Texas Southern. I got to take my hat off to them. The score, what was that score? We had Texas Southern 30?
30-7. Right now, like I said last week, Texas Southern is playing real good football. The only loss Texas Southern has in the SWAC is to Prairie View. Wow. They just reached 4-4. They're 500 for the year. Have a winning record in the SWAC. So we talked about them a little bit earlier. You got 2 people. Coach Coles, the head coach, and Coach Spears has 2 or 3 SWAC champions between those 2. So that team right there in the upcoming future is going to be real good.
Right, and I just want to say this, Texas Southern, hats off to them. This is the first time in SWAC history, ladies and gentlemen, that they went 3-0 versus the state of Mississippi. They whooped Jackson State, they whooped Alcorn, and they whooped Valley. We can't let that happen. Come on, Mississippi, let's rise up now. Come on now. Hey, and this was up next, ladies and gentlemen, we had the Arkansas Pine Bluff versus Grambling State, and this was the shootout of the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
This was a shootout. Really a little bit of a surprise to me. Grambling has played good ball, but Pine Bluff, we've been talking about it. They've been playing good ball all year. So right now, it's some different things going on. They got a new coaching staff down there. And right now, Dwayne, it seems like that coaching staff, what they're telling those kids, they're buying into it.
Right. They're starting to, because for the last couple of years, man, we've been really hard on Arkansas Pine Bluff, but they're starting to play some good football, and they're being some top teams. So, hey, hats off to Arkansas Pine Bluff. Hey, man, y'all doing y'all thing, and they up around the top of the West Division there. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have Prairie View A&M, and they put it on Alabama A&M, and that was our game of the week for last week. We was going to see if Alabama A&M was going to stand up and make a big charge out of this.
Well, Alabama A&M, they played pretty good football against Prairie View, but you got KJ Black did it again. He came in and had over 200-some yards in the air. He's been doing it all year long, and he's the heart and soul of that team. When he's clicking, you can't stop Prairie View.
Hey, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say this right now. KJ Black, just like last year, this time we had to mail that trophy to Southern. KJ Black, look in the mail, man. That Offensive Player of the Year, and it might be coming to you.
Man, he's doing a real good job right now, leading this football team. And you got a quarterback that your team stand behind, they believe in, you'll be successful. And the coach talks highly of him. He's a leader. He does the right things on the field and off the field. So that's one of the reasons why Prairie View is having such success with this guy at quarterback.
For the last couple of years, Prairie View's been all about that defense, and they couldn't score no points. But now, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? They're averaging what? They're in the top of the SWAC in scoring, ain't they?
They average right around the top, but I think like number 2 or something like that, but behind Southern. But they have a real good offense.
Yeah, and they have some great wide receivers. And you know something, they don't really open up that offense. They're really throwing the ball down the field, man. It's just not a running attack where they run behind that big old line. If you ever get a chance to see Prairie View, look at that big offensive line. And they're not big fat guys either.
Prairie View has a lower level D1 line. I mean, they have some guys that could have went and played at some other school, but wanted to play early, came to Prairie View, and they getting a chance to play. So Prairie View is no slouch. Look, we talked about them, what they did to New Mexico State early in the year. So to come to play down at Prairie View, you got to be ready. They have a solid ball club, defense and offense.
And I just want to say this too. You got to take your hats off to Prairie View and Texas Southern, because in the state of Texas, look at all those universities they got an opportunity to pull from. When kids go to either Baylor, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, wherever, they don't have a good shake there. They can always come on back to the SWAC. Because the SWAC, I tell you what, we're kind of like the net. If you don't do good and all those other Big 10, Big 12 come on home to the SWAC, man. Hey, we're playing great football, and we're putting people in the pros.
No, most definitely. Right now, the SWAC is helping out, you know, some of the kids that, hey, they can play on these teams, but not as much playing time. They come to SWAC and get all the playing time they pretty much want.
Hey, you were Dwayne Fulton, Marcus. Then we're going to look at some of these great commercials, and we're going to come back and talk about the upcoming games.